Okay, welcome back to the realest channel on YouTube, and I'm gassed. Paddling pools is doing well. It's mad. The views are high, the streams are high, people are giving me good reception on it, and it's just good to see that a venture that I've gone out and done and put some time in and effort into, you know, is getting reception and the positive praise that is. So I want to thank everyone who's streaming, everyone who's watching the video, and yeah, me and Randolph we'll have our song out on the 18th. So yeah, you know, a few music releases, you know, some say stick to boxing. Don't worry, I am sticking to boxing, but you know, I just have multiple talents, so I might as well use them. Anyway, we ain't here to talk about me today. We're here to talk about a few things that's happening in the heavyweight division. As you know, it's the most exciting division right now. Fury is fighting this weekend against Tom Schwartz, which is going to be an interesting fight. Not because he's gonna challenge Fury in my mind, but it's just one of those fights that he has to win. If you take an easier option, when I say easier option, I mean not fighting Wilder immediately, you have to win, and you have to win convincingly, as you've taken another route. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting. We'll get into that a bit later. Right now, I want to talk about how AJ and Ruiz 2 has been confirmed. Okay, so we got a rematch on our hands. Location, we're not sure about yet. Ruiz is screaming 50 mil for it to be in the UK. AJ saying he wants to go back to the Garden because where things went wrong, he wants things to go right. So he wants it back in the Garden. Eddie Hearn wants it in Wembley. Ruiz is saying LA or Mexico. So yeah, no location as of yet, but we do know AJ is going straight in for the immediate rematch. Now, is that a good decision or a bad decision? My personal opinion is he shouldn't have went in for the immediate rematch. But, you know, it's easy for me here sitting at home saying that, but I believe he should have had a learning fight. He should have went away, he should have got someone of similar style and had a learning fight. See how he deals with that guy. Build your confidence again. Then go into the fight with Ruiz. This man, Ruiz I'm talking about, has the confidence now to think, I can knock you down 4 times. The ring can be in heaven or hell, east or west, it doesn't matter. If I knocked you down 4 times, I can do it again. And he has every right to believe that because he achieved it. But for AJ to make the decision to go into the immediate rematch, I think it's a pride thing. I think it's like the titles are now here. They were with him, they're now here, and like he feels like, you know, let me just glue them and take them back. But I feel like there was no need. But yeah, we'll see what happens in the rematch. My prediction, I don't know. I think Ruiz might take it again. You know, a factor that a lot of people are dismissing, and my dad reminded me of the other day, is that for as long as that AJ has been boxing, Ruiz has been a professional. And do you know what that means? Like, I've been boxing for 15 years, coming up to 16 years, okay? And if someone was a pro 16 years, they're gonna know tricks of the trade that you are oblivious to. They're gonna be able to maneuver and move around the ring, take certain shots, when to take a breather, when they're gonna know so many things, just part of experience. As a young fighter myself, I have the potential to be #1 in the world, and I have the potential to be undisputed cruiserweight champion of the world. However, one thing I cannot get by or pretend to have is experience. And that is why fights are taken at certain times in your career. That's why your opponents progress at certain times, because of experience. This is one thing Ruiz has in abundance over AJ. So I don't know if that rematch is gonna go well for AJ. Anyway, that's last week's news. This week, we got Tyson Fury versus Tom Schwartz in the weekend in Vegas. Okay, so Vegas is a lovely place. Had the privilege to have boxed where these guys are boxing myself, so I might just brush my logo here and brush there. Yep. So yeah, it's exciting. As I said, Fury's always entertaining. He has a style that none of the other heavyweights have. He's very slick, he slips, he moves, you know, he rolls shots. He has a very old school style of boxing. If you go back and watch a lot of the old school heavyweights who are a lot smaller than him, he has managed to study them and move similar to those guys, which is amazing, and which is why in my eyes, he is the best heavyweight in the world. We got Tom Schwartz, whose only notable opponent is Senad Gashi, who we've seen box Carlos Takam and Derek Chisora, both ending in defeat. But that's Tom Schwartz's most notable opponent, and that fight between them two ended weird. It was a weird disqualification in round 6, which apparently seemed for no reason to me. If you guys want to go and watch that, have a look. But yeah, Tom Schwartz, he's a relaxed fighter. He has that amateur style, like he has, you know, he's bouncing, he has one hand low, one hand high, and he's kind of trying to pick his shots and pick around. I think boxing against a taller guy like Fury, who's more slick, who is a better boxer, it's gonna play right into Fury's hands. Will Fury stop him? I don't think so. I don't think Tyson Fury will stop him. I think he'll put on a masterclass performance and he will make Schwartz look stupid, but I don't think he's gonna stop him. And I know his rivals in the division are gonna be watching very closely to see how he performs. You know, Wilder went first, devastating. AJ went second, big upset. Third, what's gonna happen now? You know, let's see if it's the traditional way of things or if there's gonna be a few twists and turns and whatever you want to call them, a few hiccups along the way. So just a few statistics, a bit of a tale of the tape, as you will, for this fight coming up. Fury's 30 years old, Tom Schwartz is 25, so he got youth on his side. You know, that sometimes can play a factor, but I think when the age difference is 30 and 25, yeah, I don't think it's that much of a big deal. Fury's had 28 fights, Schwartz has had 24. So, you know, Fury's had 4 more fights, but we're looking at the opponents here. You know, Chisora twice, Vladimir Klitschko, you know, Wilder, John McDermott back in the day. He's had a higher level opponents than Schwartz. So even though it's only 4 more fights, those 4 more become at least 10 more in my eyes. Both undefeated, which is always interesting. Somebody's gonna lose for the first time in their career as a pro, so that's always interesting. Fury has knocked out 19 people, Schwartz has knocked out 16. So both decent punches by stats. You know, they're both decent punches by stats, and as you expect in the heavyweight division, you expect people to bang. So, you know, I'm looking forward to that. I don't think there'll be any knockouts in this fight, but you know, the record shows they both have the power to put you to sleep, which most 19 stone men do. And talking about weight, we'll get onto that now. Fury's 18 stone 4. This was their last fight weigh-in actually. Fury's 18 stone 4. Schwartz was 17 stone. So as we know, heavyweight, you know, whether you're 18 stone or 20 stone, you can get knocked out. A 16 stone man can knock out a 20 stone man. So when it comes to weight, it's not really a big deal in heavyweight. They don't drain and then go up majorly on the day of the fight, so not a big deal. World titles held. Fury's held 3 world titles and he's the current lineal heavyweight champion of the world, and many people say lineal don't count. However, lineal has been going on for centuries, and every classic fighter that you can think of that's heavyweight and that was dominant, they were lineal heavyweight champions. So you can't pick and choose when it matters depending on who is the title holder. Estimated net worth, because you know that means something in boxing apparently, is 31.5 million. Schwartz, no one knows. His highest payday was 7 million against Wilder for Fury, and Schwartz nobody knows. So from those stats, it tells you that Schwartz has a point to prove. He's trying to put his name out there and on the map, and this will blow him into stardom, just like what Ruiz done when he beat AJ. It took him from being this chubby guy that no one cared about to now being one of the most spoken about names in boxing in recent history. I remember I see like his Instagram was on like 79,000, and then after the fight it's on like 870. So it's just crazy. And Schwartz, the same thing will happen for him. If he manages to cause an upset and beat Tyson Fury, he'll be on that same list and in that same category as Andy Ruiz. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the matchup. It should be good. I'll have a little reaction to it if the fight is worth reacting to. If it's a 12-round dominant Tyson Fury performance, then yeah, I don't think I'll have much to say or make a video on it. But if it is exciting and Fury goes down and Schwartz goes down and they get up and they toe-to-toe battle and I can break it down, then yeah, I'll definitely make a video on it. But besides that, I don't think there is much else to say. Oh, apart from the fact that Tyson Fury called Dillian Whyte a gym sweeper, which is just harsh. But yeah, Tyson Fury reckons that if AJ loses the rematch, he has to go into retirement. Now, there is some element of truth in that, because losing twice in a row to the guy that knocked you out, and if Ruiz beats AJ again, he will have to knock him out again, in my opinion. If you lose 2 knockout defeats on the trot to the same guy, it's not looking good for you. AJ often says in interviews he's got 9 years left in the game and he plans on retiring at 40. I can't see AJ being in the game for 9 more years. And if he does stay in the game for 9 more years, it's probably going to be about 6 years too long. So yeah, Fury has an element of truth when he speaks about AJ being forced to retire if he loses. Dismissing Dillian Whyte is obviously something that the champions like to do, because he's a threat and he's a banana skin, and losing to Dillian Whyte gives you nothing. You can't leave a fight with Dillian and lose and say, well, at least you can't say that. You lose your position, he gains your position, you didn't gain a title. There's nothing to gain from fighting Dillian apart from trouble. So a lot of the fighters put him down and whatnot, but that's for a reason. You know, he's on their radar for a reason. He's earned that position, and yeah, it's gonna be very interesting. But yeah, not much else to say. We're just gonna see how Dillian gets on in his fight against Oscar Rivas on July 20th and how he can squeeze himself into the picture. But for now, it's the realest channel on YouTube. Like and subscribe. I'm gonna just be putting out all different types of content that I can. I'm gonna be going back into camp very soon. Well, I've already started camp, but we should get a 100% solid fight date soon, and then I can start sharing that with you guys and move on to 4-0. But until then, like, subscribe. Boom!
Told man, meet me, RT1, not a dyno GT. One wheel up to the sky like ET. Jake 100 style, you see me.
Pull up in the gold I'm leading. But them other man ain't feeding. I don't wanna go Bombay.